Teacher said you said same thing to her, and you showed her, y'all looked at a picture to see, like, where's this lipstick? Where's the lipstick?
It's been all over the internet. Like, we've all seen it. And I asked the question.
I think the whole lipstick part was a bit out of pocket. The arrest itself is public information. It's whatever. It is what it is. However, that part, I didn't think that was friendly. And you actually talked to me face to face, and you never mentioned those things to me as far as being a concern about, I'm assuming the implication is where he was or where he could have been. And quite frankly, why would you even say that? Like, why would you think that?
To be honest, you know how the way you just said, you don't care for it? I don't really care to have that conversation with you, to be honest. I don't recall you asking me, can we wait till the facts come out? But I do recall you feeling like I'm not talking about it. Not talking about it. And I backed off, right? I'm like, okay.
And I didn't say why. I
don't remember exactly. I'm sure you probably, because it's an open case, I guess. So I'm assuming that's probably why, which makes sense. I don't disagree with you feeling that way, which is why I backed off.
So you're saying that you're not going to have a conversation with me about what I'm asking you in regards to what you've said to Trisha and Tisha, because I said I didn't.
Because they've already told you. Yeah, they've already told you what I said. So it's one of those things where it's not really necessary for me to repeat what you already know I said, since they've already told you.
But I'm asking you a direct question in regards to what you said about my husband. And I think it deserves an answer.
But you already have my opinion because they already shared it with you. So, I don't feel like it's a conversation necessarily for you and I to have, because it was not about you directly.
The implication in conversations that you're making, going around talking to people in regards to the lipstick and his whereabouts, are what I'm trying to address now, because it's in regards to my husband and it's coming from you. I think that's not cool. It far exceeds the fact that you rendered your opinion on an arrest. My issue is this. And to be fair, your kind of cavalier attitude about it, like I'm not going to talk about it, really doesn't help me feel like that it was unintentional. I don't know. Do you have some kind of information, some kind of proof, some kind of something that would lead you to believe that? What would make you say that?
I feel like you asked me, like, how dare I ask questions about something? I'm going to ask questions.
Melody is a wordsmith.
That's what I call Melody. And so I believe she uses her conversation wisely to get.
Man, start speaking out. This my titanium spotlight. Letitia, you don't want to argue with Martell because you know he has something. Even at the reunion, when Letitia said to Martell, "Was you there?" Martell said, "Yes." That's what she said. How do you know? He said, "Because I was there." Now, Melody said she hated she had her children with a man and not a queen. She wished she didn't have her babies by a queen. Albert said, Martell and Marceau might have a gay relationship. The way they get into them, they act like two lovers scoring all the time, but they're saying it's because Letitia went on that show, Carlos, and said that Martell liked the men's, but her husband always hanging out with him. If he's going out with men's, what do your husband be doing? Lisa said, girl, you're loyal to a damn fool who still wants his wife. Ariel, please get your life together. Martell is not your man. You're adding to his demented ego. She's demented too. He is not your man. Now look, that was 3 weeks ago, and to prove it, he's on network right now, sitting down at the Vow Renewal, wishing that it was he and Melody. He said, I never in my life thought that we would be enemies, that it was come to this, a 30-year vow. I wish it was me and Melody. Well, you're not serious because you keep on doing the same thing. You never have stopped, and you allowed your paramour to abuse your children. You allowed your paramour to disrespect your wife and your ex. So, boy, you can go somewhere. You ain't getting her back. Jennifer said, Tisha is so conniving. She can't be trusted around your doorstep before you sweep, I guess, around your doorstep before you try to sweep around someone else's. She always has a lot to say. Both of them, all them Scots do, gal. Every last one of them Scots always got something to say, but don't want nobody else in their ears. Let's see what else is on here. This is interesting, Suzanne called. Recall when Melody brother kind of insinuated the same thing during a live, but said he wouldn't go all in on what he knew about Hotel. Was still on that. They still now just resurfacing this gay gossip. First came from his old lady, the paramour. That's the first time we heard. Oh, this is so nasty, Elizabeth said. Martell, your kids will see all of this garbage, and you will be the only one to lose. Trust me, God is not in any of these shows. Yes, he's not in any of these shows, and some of these content creators too. Always talking about God. Martell and Marceau might have a gay relationship. The way they get into it. That's it.
Out of a lot. It's about not having that alliance being right there together, you know? I think about that often. It'll make you a little emotional when you see them come down the aisle and all the love that you see 30 years in. You're right, Ryan. Yeah. It's tough. You're right. Yeah. Damn. Melody and I not having any interaction, not even speaking, that always bothers me. When we got married, I never would have thought that we would be in this space, at a place like this, vows being renewed. If anything, I would have thought that would have been us.
I would be remiss. This is Naomi King. Martin Luther King's sister-in-law. A year later, his brother died mysteriously. They said he drowned at the bottom of the pool, but he was an excellent swimmer. He was often in the front line with Martin Luther King. Here you go.
If I did not share with you.
More than 50 years after her husband's death, Naomi King continues to teach younger generations not only about the issues of the day, the civil rights movement.
A lot of people did not know, and still do not know, that NL had a brother.
But the man, also on the front lines of the movement, Reverend A.D. King.
We met at when we were like 12 and 13, and so I just can't think of a day without him. I just cannot.
Naomi and A.D. married in 1950. She later attended the University of Alabama. She had a front row seat to her husband's work.
Whatever ML wanted done that he could not do, he would ask A.D. do it, and A.D. would take it and do it in a heartbeat.
After graduating from Morehouse College in 1959, he went into the ministry, eventually taking over as pastor of First Baptist Church outside of Birmingham, Alabama, then moving to Kentucky in the mid-60s to pastor another church. But he remained dedicated to his activist work. King's house in Birmingham was bombed in 1963 as a result of his activism, and he was regarded as one of the main strategists for the Selma demonstration. More than a year after his brother was killed, A.D.'s life would also end tragically.
I lost it because I said, drown? I said, well, A.D. was an excellent swimmer.
He was found at the bottom of the family swimming pool.
God sister said to me that A.D. did not drown. He was killed.
While his death continues to be a mystery, Naomi continues to keep his name alive. In 2008, she established the A.D. King Foundation.
He was funny. He was smart. He was just the utmost.
Well, Naomi travels promoting youth and women empowerment and entrepreneurship. She's also written books and been a part of a documentary about her late husband.
Revealing and exclusive new recordings tonight of the late.
We want to highlight an important person in that legacy. You know, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Tonight, 11 Alive's Naima Abdullahi brings us the story of the woman who raised him and pushed him toward a lifelong commitment to serve others.
She was the First Lady of Ebenezer Baptist Church and the First Lady of her community. Alberta Williams King is a name deeply woven in the fabric of what makes Atlanta, Atlanta.
She was just a remarkable human being.
Her grandson, Martin Luther King III.
What is the untold story of Miss Alberta Williams King?
Gifted, loving, skilled.
And her granddaughter, Angela Ferris Watkins.
Alberta Williams King is one of the most important aspects of the modern civil rights movement.
Long before the King name became a household name in Atlanta, she was a queen in her own right.
There's no question. She was a remarkable human being. Literally, maybe who walked with kings and queens, but retained the common touch.
Her father, Adam Daniel Williams, was a pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. When he passed away, her husband, Martin Luther King Sr., better known as Daddy King, began to lead the church. Dr. Maurice Hobson, African-American Studies professor at Georgia State University, says the King name has since become synonymous with Ebenezer's identity.
There's a long-standing tradition of Black women who are at the center for full-scale civil and human rights, and Mrs. King is absolutely one that should be considered.
How was she able to introduce history and the ugly side of history to her children in a way that gave them a motivation that a better day is possible, instead of feeling like this is the way it'll always be?
Her greatest task was developing her own children. She was one of the last people that Dad talked to before he was killed. My grandmother explained the vestiges of racism. This is the way it is today. We must work to make the world better.
There's a lot to say about the way, and she explained the problem of Jim Crow laws and racism really made a difference.
Dr. King wrote letters to his mother, in one of the letters stating, quote, "I often tell the boys around the campus I have the best mother in the world."
Mrs. Alberta Williams King was a major component as to how Dr. King was able to really understand humanity.
As a devoted wife, mother, and church member, she was the glue for Ebenezer Baptist Church. She was college educated, leading the choir, playing the church organ, and serving as a proud member of the NAACP and several organizations that focused on social justice.
Can you imagine a mother watching her son put his life on the line for the good of humanity?
Why do you think women in the civil rights movement got overshadowed?
There's a new shift in the paradigm of how we understand the field that really does focus on women. It focuses on coming from the bottom up.
Her last moment alive was in the same church she grew up and raised her children in 6 years after the murder of her son. June 30th, 1974, Alberta Williams King was shot while she played the organ during a Sunday service inside her safe haven. The man responsible was later arrested.
She was playing, ironically, the Lord's Prayer when she was killed.
47 years after her death, and now a yearning desire to not gloss over her legacy so the world never forgets the First Lady of Ebenezer, the centerpiece of Sweet Auburn.
This story could be inspiring. This story of who Alberta Williams King was, and what she represented to her family and to the community.
What a powerful story from our Naima Abdullahi.
So that was Martin Luther King mama, Alberta Williams, 1974. Much respect to our ancestor, Dr. Michael King Jr., Martin Luther King Jr., January the 15th, 1929 is his birthday, you guys. He was an American Baptist minister, activist, and political philosopher who was one of the most prominent leaders in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. Much respect. Y'all get his ancestors some respect right here. This was really a true man. Much respect, ancestor. I honor you, ancestor. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you. Thank you, ancestor. Thank you. So it's cold, you guys. This shirt right here is very warm. This hoodie is warm right here. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm leaving my doctor's office. I mean, it's cold out there. How y'all doing? It's cold here. Yeah, Happy New Year's, y'all. Yes. Okay, you guys, I'm getting ready to get on the elevator. And the reason the elevator here, let's see, by Alexander Miles. Yes, a black man by the name of Alexander Miles. Y'all, used to be you had to, they would have a person to operate the elevator. But when Alexander Miles improved it, the doors can shut back and forth automatically. And you had a lot of people getting hurt, right? So Alexander Miles improved the elevators, you guys. Good morning. Yes. Anyway, I'm finna go out here in this cold. Oh boy, that car, it takes so long for that car too. Yeah. So what you guys think about Destiny and the Berry case? This case is trending. She got Destiny. Yeah, so Destiny has started this. What's it called? Non-profit for women's domestic violence, I believe. So she's surely gonna get funded now because she got the proof that she needs, that she is a survivor. But my thing is with her, most survivors won't even hang out with an abuser. Like, Martell is too triggering. Yes. Oh, Lord. Man, this cold right here colder than when I stayed in Cleveland. Shit. Now the car got to get warm. I got an old car, y'all, but I can't complain because, you know, my ex gave me this car. Anyway, see y'all later. Bye.